you know what we're doing today. We're doing a very own antiseptic toilet wash, very effective, and I'm recommending this one. All moms out there, all facts out there, if you own a toilet in your house, currently in Nigeria, we know what is trending. Snake bites and all that. People are scared of using their toilet, so this particular toilet wash will help calm whatever fear you may have, because it kills all forms of reptiles or any crawling agents, wherever they're coming from.
Ladies and gentlemen, they call me Ultimate Benzer. Flow stand.
Hello guys, you're welcome to Skills by OG channel. My name is Grace. I sincerely welcome you to this channel. If you're a first time member, yes, well, like a family member here, if you're a first time viewer, please, we encourage that you please stay tuned. I'm sure it's a channel you love, and then kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And for our followers, our DIY, our Skills by OG fans, our family members, our brothers and our sisters that always subscribe and are always watching our channels, thank you so much for always giving us a thumbs up, for always clicking on the notification bell, and for following us all the way. So this particular video has been one particular video that has been requested by majority, especially with this period where we just got the news that just broke out of an officer who died in her toilet as a result of the snake bite. She was bitten by a poisonous snake in her toilet, and then the unfortunate happened. Before she could get to the clinic and before they could get the antidote and all that, she passed on. And we're really sympathizing with the family member. It could be anyone. It was quite unfortunate, and I'm going to be dropping a short video clip of the lady in question and how the whole process happened, even when the snake was brought out of the toilet. I'm going to be adding all that to this particular video.
Recently, you see that snake when show before this video starts. See the way the snake enter toilet like this. Come and try enter. This snake now don't kill woman. He don't kill Air Force woman now for this country, Nigeria, one day. Just 3 days ago here. The snake enter toilet, come out. Now so it hide. Now the snake now so it hide. As the woman don't sit down for toilet, the caca. Now the snake come out, bite her. The woman died instantly. Even for Australia, man broke us. Now they say the snake a bite that day. He bites man broke us. Thank God say the guy is smart. Now he take holy head join he broke us. I beg. Make una dey look out well before una use toilet. And also, he get some things when they take the chase all those snake around house. Then always make sure say you dey double flush your toilet before you use them, especially for night. Because the thing pain me. The thing pain me when I hear six. When the snake just kill like this, very painful, very painful. I pray may this kind of thing not happen to anybody again. They have so rest in perfect peace.
So, like I said, it's the long-awaited video. Antiseptic toilet wash. It will help to kill whatever form of bacteria, germs, reptiles, or whatever it is, snake and all that are likely to crawl into your toilet. So it's one video I know that you will love, and so I encourage you to please stick around. And if you find this video very helpful, of which I know you will, there are always 2 things I please advise that you do. Share your comments, your feedback with me. Tell me how you enjoyed whatever product or skill or advice that I share with you, and of course give our video a thumbs up, a like, and of course subscribe to our channel. So without further ado, without wasting your time, let's dive right into it on our very own antiseptic toilet cleaner. Very effective, and I know it is one particular product that will change your life for good, because one, it kills a form of germs, like I said, and of course it's another business for you. It is one particular toilet cleaner that I know that as soon as you start to use, you're going to be getting a whole lot. Hey, no, it's afternoon, baby. My babies are back from school. Come and say hello, son. This is my small baby. Come and say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Magnus.
Your name is Magnus. How was school today?
Fine.
School was fine. This is where you look at my baby. School was fine.
Yes.
You're okay. I love you. Bye bye. Come and say hello. That's my 3rd child. Sometimes I forget and I say last child, and my mom will always be like, "What last child?" Like, well, I have 3 boys, so this is my first. Hello. What's your name?
Mark.
This is where you're looking at. Michael who?
Okay.
How was school today? School was fine. So guys, my kids just came back from school, and as you can see, they have a video than privacy. But of course, it's important. Come here, Ebuka. You jealous? See, all these people are just trying to spoil my video for me. That's my brother. He was the one who picked them from school. So that's my other son. He's the second. Come and say hello.
Hello.
This is the one they say looks like me. Okay, hello. See, you can see we lost our tooth. Hello. So what's your name?
My name is Manuel.
Manuel. Okay. How was school today?
Fine.
Okay, you guys say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, so guys, I'll go straight into it on antiseptic toilet cleaner.
Hey guys, you're welcome into my studio room. This is where I usually shoot all my production videos. And already we know what we're doing today. We're doing a very good antiseptic toilet wash, very effective, and I'm recommending this for all moms out there, all fathers out there. If you own a toilet in your house, currently in Nigeria, we know what is trending. Snake bites and all that. People are scared of using their toilet, so this particular toilet wash will help calm whatever fear you may have, because it kills all forms of reptiles or any crawling agents, wherever they're coming from. So let's go into it. In every of my production, I always like to list out the chemicals and the quantities of the chemicals I like to use for every production. So the first on our list is our nitro soap. So in here, in this particular container, as you can see, is our nitro soap, and we're using 80 grams to be precise. Okay, now the next on our list again is our caustic soda. So this is what our caustic soda looks like, and we're using 125 grams to be precise. Okay, now the next is our soda ash stems. Now we're going to be using 155 grams also to be precise. Okay, so the next on our list is our sulfonic acid. This is what our sulfonic acid looks like. We're going to be using 125 ml to achieve today's production. Okay, and the next again is our hydrochloric acid. One of the chemicals I always advise that you be very careful when using, of course, from the name, those science students we have out there, you know what this does. It's very dangerous if you don't use it well. So we're using 500 ml for today's production. Okay, now in here is our pine oil, the antibacterial we're going to be using. You know, it is called an antibacterial toilet wash. This is one of the strong chemicals that we're going to use to achieve that, and we're using just 30 ml for this particular production. Okay, we also have our IPA, isopropyl alcohol. We're going to be adding that into our production today. I'm using just 200 ml to be precise. Okay, so we also have our Texapon. In here in this container is our Texapon, and it is 250 grams to be precise. Last but not the least is our color. We're using blue. Yes, you might think I have a thing for blue. As I'm wearing a blue apron, I decided to use a blue color. Well, for color in terms of production like this, put as desired. But for me, I like to always put a little pinch till I get the color I want. Once I'm done, I stop. I don't necessarily always have to use all the color that I bring out in every one production. Okay, so that's it. Now this is a rundown of the chemicals and the quantities. The next you're going to be seeing is me actually dissolving some of this particular powdered chemicals in the exact quantity of water that is needed for it. So hold on while I do that. You can see there's a new display on the table, and that is the different quantity of water I'm going to be using to dissolve the powdered chemicals, as I told you. Remember I said the next you're going to be seeing is how I dissolve it. So the first I'm going to be doing, let's put this aside. Now this is for the main production. This is where I'm going to be adding all of these chemicals in the main production. Put this aside. So I'm going to bring them one after the other. The first I like to do when I'm doing this particular production is, of course, to mix these two up together. I'll mix these two up together and cover it to sit for some minutes. Preferably 1 hour. If you can let this sit for 1 hour, better. The more you let it sit, the more effective it gets. So let's mix this up together. Okay, so we're going to be doing that. We'll put in our Texapon in this container. Make sure you put it in a container that will allow all the particular chemical fit in properly, and then you can cover. Get a container that has a cover. You cover it for at least an hour, like I have said. Okay. So we'll be adding a sulfonic acid. Okay. Good. So give it a good mix.
Just stir it up together. Make sure it's well blended. Remember, these are your foaming agents. This is what will help your toilet wash foam very well. Okay, so you could keep this aside, and then we'll let this cover for, like I said, an hour. So you could put this aside. Now the next I'll be doing is to dissolve the remaining powder. The first is, voila, the caustic soda. So like I said, we're using exactly 125 grams in our caustic soda, and we're going to be dissolving it in 500 ml of water. Now in this transparent cup, it's 500 ml of water. You can see from the measurements here, this is 500 ml of water. And so the next thing we're going to be doing is to, for caustic soda, the best is for you to pour it into your water and not to pour water into it. So we're going to be doing that now. And then this also releases choky fumes. So when you're pouring this, be very careful. Make sure you move your head far away from it. Okay. If you bring the camera close, you can see the choky fumes coming out. Are you seeing it? Exactly. It burns the skin also. Please be very careful when you're handling productions like this. You can see I am all geared up for it. My gloves are on. I'm wearing my apron. You're expected to also protect yourself the same way. Okay, so we'll give this a good mix. Okay. Okay, this is good. So we also keep this aside. Okay, so the next we're going to be doing is also to dissolve our soda ash dense into a 750 ml of water. So this is our soda ash dense, also 125 grams, and we're using 750 ml of water to do that. Okay, so we're also going to be adding this inside our water, and then you give it a good mix. Expected to leave this for at least 2 hours. That way it dissolves completely. It will be clear, transparent, so that when you're using it in your production, it's always very smooth. Okay, so we'll just give it a good mix. Another thing with soda ash, if you don't stir it well or intermittently, it has a way of settling at the bottom, and then to just form one form of block for you. It will make your production not smooth. So trust me, at least I'm sharing it with you. So make sure for soda ash, yes, stir intermittently while you're waiting for these 2 hours. Maybe after like 30 minutes, you give it another good mix. But for caustic, once you stir that first time and you get it, you're good to go. But for soda ash, make sure you please stir like every 30 minutes for the number of hours that is expected to sit. Okay, so we'll do that. This is good. We're expected to leave this for at least 2 hours. Okay, so we'll keep stirring after every 30 minutes. For this, you could also give it a good mix, but in all, we'll come back to it in 2 hours. Okay guys, it's 1 hour after. As you can see, if you come close, our caustic soda is gradually clearing up, and our soda ash as well is gradually clearing up. Like I said, we're giving this 2 hours, but I wanted us to start the mixture of the nitrous because this also takes time. So the first I'm going to be doing is to add the exact quantity of water I need to dissolve my nitrous. So in here is already measured 2 liters of water, as you can see in here. I am supposed to use this, but I realized this will not take me the 4 liters I want to do. So I'm going to be pouring it into this bigger container. Okay, there you have it. So the next I'm also going to be doing now is to pour in our nitrous and stir gradually till it thickens up. Okay, this usually takes about 15-20 minutes, 30 minutes thereabout. So you get the texture that is good enough for you to proceed with your production. So that's why I wanted us to start with this while we're waiting for our caustic soda and our soda ash to be ready. Okay, so you just keep stirring. you keep doing this for like 10-15 minutes. Like I said, it depends. Once you see that it's at least thickening up, then you can pause and proceed. Hopefully by then it will be time for us to add the remaining chemicals. Okay, so let's keep stirring till we get the consistency we're looking for. So guys, you're supposed to stir this for at least 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. We've been doing this for almost 30-40 minutes now. As you can see, the consistency of our nitro soap is now thick. In fact, it was thicker than this. I had to add extra 200 ml of water in here, and yet it's still thick. So you can go ahead. Once you notice that your own is also very thick, you can lighten it up a bit with little water. So I added just extra 200 ml of water in here, and you can see it's still thick. Okay, so our soda ash is all clear. You can see now. This is what I was looking for. Caustic soda as well is clear enough. Just give it a good mix. You can see this is clear. This is what I was looking for. So the next I'm going to be adding in this particular solution is caustic soda. In here is our caustic soda. You add and then you stir gradually. You can see it's already thickening up. Okay, so stir this until it blends well. Okay, so you can see what our solution looks like. It's thick. Once you add caustic soda in your nitro, so you expect it to have this same outcome, but not to worry, by the time we finish it will loosen up a bit. So the next we're going to be adding is our soda ash. So once you add, you give it a good mix. Make sure you stir very well until it dissolves and it blends very well. You can see it's loosening up now. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's now a bit light. Once you add your soda ash, like I told you, it will lighten up a bit. So well, it involves vigorous stirring. Eat enough apple. Whatever it is you can eat, you are going to stir. Except you have a stick blender, of which I do have, but I'm shooting this video for those who might not have a stick blender. You can make this happen even with your turning stick. But if you have a stick blender, it's better for you. The faster actually it gets for you. So we'll go ahead and then we'll mix properly. Okay, so this is good to go. We'll add our foaming agents. It's slightly over an hour now, so we're just going to go ahead and add it. Once you add, you stir. Okay, so here goes our foaming agent. And when you're making productions like this, please, quantity matters. Make sure you get the right quantities. Make sure you are working with the right measurements, because if you don't, if you are supposed to make it will spoil, it will ruin your consistency first of all, and then the outcome of your production won't be nice. So I always advise that please you make sure you work with the right measurements, get the right quantities, get original chemicals. That's another issue a lot of people do have, because by the time they watch videos like this and they try to experiment and they're saying that it's not looking like what Madam Oge's own looks like. So but make sure you inquire from the chemical seller you're buying from. I hope these are original chemicals, and then make sure you work with the exact measurements you're seeing. Okay, so you know as we do it now, we will stir until it gives us a very good blend. Okay, so guys, as you can see what our toilet wash looks like. Don't panic even when you get to this stage. The thing is, once you're adding foaming agents, you're adding stain removing agents in productions like this, it has a way of reacting this way. But do not panic. We're going to see what the final outcome of this toilet wash looks like. Like I said, it requires excess energy for stirring. So guys, you can see what our toilet wash looks like. When you get to this stage, do not panic.
when you're adding foaming agents and stain removing agents in productions like this, even when you're making liquid soap, there's a point it gets to like this. Well, don't panic. We're going to see gradually. We're doing it together, so we'll see how it will change. It's the final outcome I'm looking at. So now we've mixed our foaming agents in our solution. The next we're going to be adding is the hydrochloric acid. Remember, I told you this is one very dangerous chemical, and when you're handling, you have to be very extremely careful when you're handling it. So we're going to be adding it in here. Remember, this is 500 ml. And we're pouring it in here. This is a very tough stain remover and works best on toilets and on towels, your bedrooms and all that. So we're going to be adding it. Be very careful. You can see, I'm sure you're seeing the vapor coming out of this. This is acid, please. So you add. Okay, this is out of the way now. So I'm mixing gradually. Okay guys, as you can see, I have turned this particular soap. Sorry, these are toilet wash into this bigger bowl. Why? Because while mixing this, it started swelling, and then of course, being that it's HCl, I'm trying to be very careful. And that means when you're doing your space, endeavor to use a container that is big enough to fit in the production you're working with, which is what I've done here. You can see that our 4 liters is gradually getting to at least 8 to 10 liters. But that's the thing with when you're making productions like this. The thicker it gets, the more you just want to dilute it, especially if you're working with very, very original chemicals, which of course is what we're using. So now we'll mix, make sure it blends well. I told you not to panic when you're seeing all this thing looking so thick. Just know that eventually it will loosen up. So please, just work with the measurements you have. Like I said, so far I only added extra 500 ml in total of water to what we already have on ground. That is what I'm doing here. All this you're seeing here is mostly foam. It will settle. You're expected to leave this to sit for another 8 to 12 hours before you can even open it up to even use. So the next I'm going to be doing is to add our IPA. I told you I was going to be using IPA. This is it. We're using 200 ml. So once we add, we'll stir. I'm sure from the way I'm talking, you can see I'm panting. I'm stirring this. I need to eat serious apple when I finish this particular. Okay, so once you add your IPA, go ahead and stir. This will also help to loosen it up. IPA already, you know now, it has this spirit smell. Okay, so it will add to the whole antibacterial we're talking about. Antiseptic, I mean. Okay, so then go ahead and mix. Make sure you have a very good blend. Okay. Okay guys, so we've added an IPA and we'll be staying for like 15 minutes. Like I said, don't panic when you notice your toilet washes like this. This is mostly foam. This will settle and you don't need to add so much water when you're thinking it is so thick. For me, like I said, I added extra 500 ml of water because it was so thick that I couldn't stir. And as soon as I added HCl, the effect was mad. I forgot it was HCl and the way it can react. And I usually work with bigger drums when I'm doing this. So in making that 4 liters, I didn't really calculate that this bowl will not collect. But you can see, then we have big bowls like this. So the next I'm going to be adding, make sure you can see this is a very smooth blend. Hello, yeah, this is what it looks like. We're going to let this sit for another 12 hours, like I said, so don't do anything unusual. The next we're going to be adding is our pine oil. Okay, so in goes our pine oil. Now, give it another good blend, like 10-15 minutes kind of blend again. Okay guys, we've added our IPA. Trust me, when you add IPA, it will remind you so much of Dettol when you're making antiseptic Dettol, especially spirit-based Dettol. So we've added our IPA and we'll stay for another 15 minutes. I am panting. This is to tell you that I really want you to do this. I am giving this out for free. I love you all and I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart. The last we're going to be adding is our color. Like I told you, color is as desired. For me, As I am pouring, I'm checking it, looking at my consistency, seeing how it looks. I don't like my color looking too dark in my product. So remember, we scooped out color blue in here. We have 100 ml of water. I have poured in the color in here. So I'll be adding gradually from this cup until I get the color I am looking for. I'll be adding gently. Once you add small, you pour, you stir, stir. Okay. Okay. So guys, well, you can see our color is still remaining. I don't know, I'm thinking of leaving it this way. There's always something sexy when you leave your color not looking, when you leave your product not looking too dark. But let me, for the sake of those who like color, you know, and this is not related, this is not me trying to imitate any form of brand. This is just me doing the toilet wash, and I like the color blue. You can go ahead, you can use pink, use indigo, any color you want, it's your own. But the important thing is how effective, and trust me, this toilet wash is very effective. So I don't know, some persons might like it darker. I like the lesser for me in color, the sexier. I have a thing with less color, the more sexy looks. You can see our color is still remaining. But for some, they might feel like, you should have added more. But let me just add little more just to satisfy some of us there. So this, I'll keep it for another production. Your color has not wasted, so I have another liquid soup I want to make for someone, so I can always use that. So then we'll just give it a good mix again. So we have something more like sky blue. So our toilet wash is good to go, looking all sexy. Yes. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing now is to cover this up. So now this particular bowl of mine doesn't have a big cover that can help me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pouring it back in here. I believe it should sit well now because it has really reduced. I'm going to be pouring it back in here and I'll cover it because I need it covered for like 8 to 12 hours. So that's what I'm going to do. So make sure you get an airtight container that can enable you to cover it for at least 8 to 12 hours. So I'm okay with this color. I'm okay with the way this color looks. Okay guys, as you can see, I have just transferred this particular production in this because I need it to be covered for the next 8 to 10 hours, and I don't have a cover that can help me actually give the kind of covering I want, so I have to turn it. You can see, I told you it's mostly foam that it was inside this particular part, so don't panic. And you can see it will reduce. It will still, we'll basically get like 7 to 8 liters of production for this particular. We started with 4 liters, but because of how thick it was and all that, we also had to add, I said earlier, 500 ml of water. If you add the other chemicals like the IPA, the HCl, and other liquids that we use in dissolving the powdered chemicals, of course we should get like 7 to 8 liters or a little bit more. So we'll be back in at least 8 hours or say 12 hours, and then we'll see the final outcome of our production. So sit tight and I'll be back in 12 hours. So guys, here you have it, our toilet wash after 12 hours. You can see it has settled. Now let's take a look and see what the consistency of this particular toilet wash looks like. Voila, I told you guys it will settle. You can see the consistency is good. Now you can see how clear it is. We still have little foam, but that's the whole idea. You have to allow it sit for at least a reasonable period of time, give or take 8-12 hours. So it's been exactly 12 hours anyway. It's been 12 hours. I just thought I could do a quick video of what a toilet wash now looks like. So go ahead, please practice this and share your feedback with me. Once it completely settles, you can go ahead and package in whatever container you may have. If you want to go and supply or give your friends to test, please make sure by all means you do that. So this is just a short video to show us what our toilet wash looks like after 12 hours. Okay.
Your love is all I want, the feeling that I can't show.